and welcome to this amazing episode of Doctor Who Around the Console, where we're going to revisit the past. Where we're going to revisit an episode where the Doctor has come back after a period of hiatus, where the Doctor returns with a producer that's probably exceptionally tired of all the negativity surrounding the show. And yes, we're going to come back to a series which starts off with some amazing CGI effects. But does the story actually deliver? That's a little bit reminiscent of where we are now with current Doctor Who. And joining me on this eventful podcast will be our other fellow Whovians and newbie to the Who universe, John, Bob, and Suky. Hello, gentlemen.
Hi,
Hello.
Hello, people. How are we all doing? Are we all good?
living the dream, Craig. Living the dream. If that's a sitting, your man.
Can't wait to talk about Doctor Who.
Yeah, talk
Yay.
Well, I know,
about
John,
you.
I know you've missed it. I love the fact that you actually had to ask us where it was, and I thought that was quite an apt question because it isn't called. Oh, sorry, lovely listeners. We're going to be reviewing the Mysterious Planet, Colin Baker's return in season 23 off the top of my head. I've not
Yep.
Googled that, but
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
for the Trial of a Time Lord. John, bless him, couldn't find it when he was looking on BBC because obviously it's not
It's a
called a Mysterious Planet.
16-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I saw that. I thought you wankers.
Did you like to review all 16 parts, John?
No, I got the information and I did 4 episodes. I've not memorized anything,
Right.
so I don't know what I've watched.
I've got to admit, Cliff picked this one, and he's not here. So cheers, Cliff.
Right? Well, maybe that's because he wanted to see us all squirm and suffer. I, however, will not be. I'm going to start off the round table with myself and say, I actually really like this story. So I was actually really thrilled to discover that we were going to be reviewing parts 1 to 4 of Trial of a Time Lord. I'm just going to leave it there because I'm not sure where we're going to go on this one. It's a bit of a controversial one. I'm going to come to Bob next. What are your initial thoughts,
no,
Bob?
I enjoy this very much. Yeah, I've got, as a kid, very beautiful memories of this whole TARDIS VHS box set and all the things that occur later on. I was a bit like, oh, but no, I really, really enjoyed it. Fantastic cast. Just yeah. Anyway, I'll shut up. But yeah, no, I'm on board. I'm happy. It was good to go back and revisit the beginning of this ridiculous trial idea. But yeah, it was good. It was good.
Suki.
Now, this is at the time when we had the big hiatus, and it was all a bit of a dark place. And so, watching this when it came back, and I thought, oh, super special effects, just beautiful. And then got into the story, and it's just a bit of a run of the mill thing. And I expected a lot more from Robert Elm, but to be honest, I did really enjoy this story when it was broadcast. Rewatching it again, yeah, it still holds up.
Finally, John,
Well,
your first ever experience of this.
yeah, I don't have any context about hiatuses or anything like that, but I quite enjoyed it, and I quite enjoyed the A story and the B story thing idea. You know, you've got your trial, and within that trial, you've got another story that you can talk about and deal with. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice way of cutting up the story, rather than having to troll through 4 episodes of the Mysterious Planet. It was like interspersed with like scenes of like courtroom drama, so it was quite good. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was going to say I was very intrigued to hear what you thought because it's a very different thing in Doctor Who. It's never really been done. 16 episodes based in a
14.
14, sorry, based in a courtroom. Which yeah, what a concept at the time. Someone just
It was
went
really reflective, wasn't it?
Well,
What was actually going on?
like,
Yeah.
well, Doctor Who's on trial. Let's
Yes.
actually put him on trial. It's a bit
Yeah.
weird.
Let's put it into context for John, though, he won't get this. So the season before, it was announced that Doctor Who was going on. It was just the show wasn't being cancelled, but it was being paused. They were using the money to do EastEnders, if I'm not mistaken, on Wogan. So the show was just paused, and it was off air for, was it a year and a half, something
Yeah.
like that?
18 months.
18 months. So and no one knew when it was coming back. It was a little bit like technically what they did at the end of Sylvester McCoy. They never cancelled it. They just paused it, a little bit like what they'd just done with Shooting. So you've got this 1.5 year gap where no one knows what's going on. And then suddenly it's again with all these brand new special effects, and it's obviously come back in different tone as well, which I'm sure we'll get into. That's what we meant by hiatus.
Well,
Sorry, John.
Well, the first 30 seconds of it, that like CGI, whatever the hell that was, that special effect, I would love that.
Yeah,
That was a great way to reintroduce it.
It cost over £7,000, which was most
How-
of the budget.
How the fuck did it cost that much?
It's
It must have been such a big amount of their budget.
Yeah, it was. It was. Colin even mentions it in the work in the making of. It's such a huge thing, but it was a huge model that they had, and then they used for the first time ever a computer controlled camera to be able to maneuver around this huge.
Oh, it was good. It was a very good effect.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
And so it was that good. They kept using it during the whole of the season. If you remember,
And so they should. It cost £7,000.
It was beautiful, beautiful. But the courtroom scenes, to me, I didn't think they worked at all, right? Because you're then getting into the story that says run the mill, Robert Holmes, quite a story with a couple of good two-handers and so on, and then all of a sudden you have to then go back to the Valeyard and the Doctor fighting.
But that was the benefit of it, I thought, because because normally when you get these 4-part stories that are just constantly you have your cliffhangers and all that stuff. It's quite run of the mill. They've done it a billion times before. This way it was a little bit different, and it meant it sort of chopped it up into more manageable sections. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, and I agree. And do you know what as well? I think the mystery of it being Earth and the Time Lords covering it up, because it's so later on, John, you discover that Ravolox is Earth. The Time Lords have done some naughty business, etc.
Right.
With it. And yeah, so they bleep that out and blank it out, so it adds to the mystery of what is this, hence the mysterious planet, what the mystery about this planet is. And I love all that, and it's cool, just discovering things like
why 3 levels, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's got the actual story,
yeah,
then the trial, and then the overarching additional mystery of what's going on behind the scenes with the Time Lords, as we later discover. And all that kind of selling secrets of the Matrix, which Savlon Glitz refers to in it. Fucking idea, to be fair, totally underutilized, I think, throughout the series, or actually in Doctor Who itself. The fact that someone could go into the Matrix and sell all this knowledge, fantastic idea, and only stated very quickly.
But the overarching story, yes, okay, they use the trial as an arc for the whole of this season, but if you're a proper fan a fan like us, right? We would be.
Oh, we're not
watching it all the
differentiating
while.
in. I was looking with Josh.
We would be. All right, I am. But when we're watching it, we're going to be constantly watching it all the while. We'll watch all 14 episodes. But you've got a casual person that comes on just to watch it. They'll be going, "What's happened here? Why is he on trial? What's happening?"
I must admit,
it makes for a whole series arc, which is quite a first for Doctor Who, I think.
Oh, it is a lot, like 40 episodes. But I'd be interested if, like, Cliff Ross wanted to pick the Ultimate Four. Like the Terror of the Vervoids, maybe. But like, you look at it and go, "What the fuck's going on?" Because there's a trial. They're really advancing the trial. So yeah, you have to kind of. It's good we picked this one to get it started for John. It's like otherwise you're like, "What?"
If I'm not mistaken, and I know Suky probably will be able to tell me if I'm right or wrong on this, the viewing figures for this did deteriorate a little bit as it went on. And it was often said that people dipped out because, of course, they would tune in and find out it was 10 episodes in and just stop watching. And I must confess, I was one of those people. I never watched this on initial broadcast, not fully. I watched parts of this and I dipped in and out a little bit, but I don't think I actually ever really saw Terror of the Vervoids. I definitely didn't see Ultimate Foe. I think I definitely seem to remember the death of Perry. I don't remember much.
Oh, what? Oh, John's not seen it.
What?
Yeah. Sorry. There's a spoiler there for the future.
Oh, and Brian Blessed, by the way. Brian Blessed's in the next section of it as well.
Oh my god.
Brian Blessed and the death of Perry.
Yeah.
The alleged death of Perry. That's what you should be saying. The alleged death.
Yes, the alleged. Yeah. I did tune in and watch bits and then realize I have a clue what's going on. So as a kid looking, yeah, I loved it. I love Colin Baker. I love the fact it was black and all that. But for whatever reason, I had to stop watching it. I don't know if it was
I
school
think,
or
yeah, but I think you were a bit of a prick in the 80s because you didn't like Sylvester McCoy either, did you? So
If
no,
we're
I
talking,
found that no, because it had Bonnie Langford, you see.
if we're
And that's
talking
the
about
thing.
if we're talking about doctors, I enjoyed Colin Baker in this.
yeah,
I thought it was
he's
great.
great.
I thought it was
Yes, no,
great,
he's good in
and
this. Yeah,
I like
he's
the
good.
fact that like when he was his relationship with Perry is very good. He feels like a normal. He feels like a doctor. Doesn't feel like an asshole like he
Yeah.
does in
No,
some
no,
other
and they
episodes.
were very conscious of putting a bit more fun in it, and a lot more conscious of making them look like
He was a
they
lot
want
more
to hang out.
gentle.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and they were, great friends as well in real life. Like Louise, like Elizabeth Sladen and Tom Baker, and a lot of the other doctors and their companions. They were great friends, so they wanted to reflect that on the screen. The producers wanted to reflect it on screen, and a bit more fun to be had because it was very violent. If you think
Yeah.
about, for example, like Vengeance on Varos, a very fucking dark story. A lot of his first season of Colin Baker, I quite like it, but it is
I love
pretty
it.
grim and dark and aggressive and
It is.
violent.
It is.
It is, but I still think Tom Baker and John Pertwee were more violent at times. They both were involved in fisticuffs and everything. And,
No,
I know.
but I
But
think,
no,
but there was no humour.
yeah.
There was no
No.
humour
But
in the
also the violence I think Bob was referring to, it was sort of nasty violence,
nasty.
which
Yeah.
Yes.
you wouldn't really get with previous series. Just going back to something Craig says about the ratings, this is actually the lowest rated serial of this season.
Yeah.
The other serials in this season actually improved on this. So
Did they? That's
yeah,
interesting to know that, Suky. Thank you, darling.
no problem, babe.
Yeah, you got
So
one job,
Get a
Craig.
fucking room. Oh, sorry.
You
I'll
need to
get
do.
jealous,
I
John.
just
I'll get jealous.
I didn't actually know that, but I wanted to dispel that common Doctor Who myth, honestly. So yeah, I think what Bob just said was right. There's a real softening here compared to the thing. There's a lot of humor, isn't like even just things like referring to the Doctor as the old one and things like that really add that softness. And he's not aggressive back with it. It's all very gentle. Really shows how they were trying to make it a very big contrast to the series before.
He was a lot more like Sylvester McCoy in terms of attitude and the way he was presenting himself and the way he spoke with Perry.
A bit more doctory as
Yeah.
you're used to.
Yes,
Yeah,
very much
It
more
is
Doctor.
very good.
But they've improved from the previous season. The previous season, the Doctor and Penny were just arguing constantly, little bickering, little comments to each other, and I think even the two cast, Perry, Nicola Bryant, and Colin Baker, they got really fed up about it, and they did say something. I think they must have said something to the production officers. Look, we've been travelling for a while, and we just want a better relationship.
I think as well they were obviously great friends, and that it was annoying for them. But he was one of the only people that knew she wasn't American. Because everyone else on the production staff, until this point, and I think that they knew then she wasn't American. But for the first season,
hold on, she's not American.
No, it's all an
yeah,
accent.
yeah. Oh yeah, so she
Well, it's effective.
good because she kidded John Nathan Turner, the producer who hired her, that she was American for the whole of the first season. Like she never dropped her accent. And then when she invited Colin Baker and his wife around for dinner at her house, she told him, she said, "I'm not American. I'm English." And it's such a brilliant thing, and she had to keep it going for the whole time. And I think at this point, because they had the hiatus and stuff, that she was like, "Look, I'm not fucking American. I am, So, and also, we want to get on and just have a nice time. And they had a bit more power with it. Yeah.
There's got more hugs and contact between them. It's a lot softer.
Yeah, arm in arm walking about. Yeah, I remember. I was made a note of that. I quite like the other characters. Obviously, Max and Paddy.
Yeah.
Who were
amazing.
Max and Paddy with one with the guns, and Jedward as well. The other couple.
Yeah, they were great. The little scientist, blonde scientist, Jedward. Yeah. Oh no, the whole cast
that was
for
very
me, brilliant. Sorry, Craig.
Even Joan Sims.
She was good.
What do you reckon to Joan
she
Sims?
was
good.
Yeah,
She
Joan was good.
Fine.
Right. Okay. You might look at it as somebody. People are thinking this might be like a Beryl Reid situation from Earthshock, where she was like slightly misguided. Yeah, but in this story, Joan Sims plays extremely straight, slightly over the top, I'd say, but extremely straight. And she's playing a warrior queen in charge of her tribe, and she needs to be,
Oh
in
no,
your face, in
I think
charge
she's
and
great.
everything.
Yeah,
No, I didn't mind her.
I think everyone's great. I
What
think
was your problem with John Sim,
yeah.
Craig?
Well, got to be honest, kind of a little bit wooden, but on reflection, when I was watching it and trying to understand, because I think she's a great actress when I've seen her in anything else, I did decide that it was probably a wardrobe malfunction that led to her looking wooden, because I think that thing around her neck
Restrictive.
made her look very stilted, and I
Yeah.
found her uncomfortable to watch at times.
But
Not the acting or her, but I found her very stiff, and I
I
wondered
would,
if it.
in
Go on,
order
John.
to sort of comment about that, historically, women in powerful positions have always been trussed up in such a thing. They've always been like having to wear formal stuff that makes them uncomfortable. It's just one of those
Yeah.
things that these women in power are meant to be. It's just it reflects well in terms of historically. That's kind of what you'd have had.
It's
She's had to wear formal stuff all the time and be right trussed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
I'm
understand
going
it.
with that, John. I'm going with it because I think I absolutely love Dibber and Savalon Glitz. I
I bet
think
you
they
love
are.
Dibber.
I
Who are
fucking
they?
love
Is
Dibber.
that Max and
I've
Paddy?
spent many
Max
a
and
time
Paddy.
watching his groin.
Yeah.
He's so sexy. I have Googled him as an actor in the past, I must say.
He was massive. He got in London's he was a boxer. He was a
Yeah.
boxer, then did a bit of acting or whatever. Did
Yeah.
this Doctor Who,
He's
and then he ended up
beautiful,
in
man.
London's Burning for like 14
Did
years.
it?
Or
Oh,
something.
good
Yeah.
for him. Did he get his top off? Because I'm have to watch that
Oh, he
soon.
would
But
have absolutely got his top off.
but the
Doing
Max and
ITV.
Paddy vibe was right from the very start. I
Great.
got Max
Yeah.
and Paddy vibes.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
great. They're a good, brilliant double act, and the way you learn about them, that kind of like the prison psychologist, whatever it was, and the when he was at Borsler, the backstory they give is just hilarious. I love them. They're great.
Well,
I
I was gonna say just to interject here that so Robert Holmes, one of the greatest writers in Doctor Who ever, wrote this script. Now it's not his best work, but the dialogue is fucking brilliant, and that's what
Yeah.
makes these characters and
Yeah.
this cast playing with it. That's why they love it. They've got stuff to say and it's good.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think the plot's particularly that bad, but it's not one of his classic best. You know what I mean? But it's the dialogue is still there,
But
and
that-
that's why you like Max and Paddy, John, because that's what Robert Holmes delivers.
the double act delivers, yeah. And there's about two or three in this story which are good, real double acts. But the fact that Robert Holmes probably didn't deliver as well as he could have done was there's notes coming from above saying this ain't what we wanted. This is not how way things were being done. And because he was also trying to write episode 13 and 14, right? He was going to get that completed, but then because he was getting all these notes, he's having to come back and try and fix to whatever he wanted.
I know it's, and also he wasn't, the same. He's quite unwell and things like that. So I'm not. It's. Do you know what? It's one of the better 4 parts of Doctor Who. And then, like I said, but the dialogue is what I'm saying. Normally his story is incredibly strong. I'm not saying this wasn't this. It wasn't as strong as if it was written by anyone else. Just a standard Doctor Who writer, you'd be like, that's really good. Because it's Bob Holmes, you expect, top. But what he does deliver is top dialogue that the decent actors that they've hired for this job can play really well. You've got like Linda Bellingham, who's, throughout this, she's just great.
She's cracking
so well.
The background of the courtroom are a little bit interesting. They don't do anything but turn around. That's a little bit lame. But I suppose that's reflective of the kind of the
courtroom
etiquette.
drama, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's the etiquette of it. And to come back to what you said, Bob, I love the crafting of this story by Robert Holmes. The fact that like everyone truly believes that there's no one above, and they only discover because that robot is sent out. And when the robot is sent out, they then find the tribe of the free. It is quite simple, but I actually just love the way it unfolds in its way. I think it's really, and then they go out because they've never seen the immortal. They assume that whatever machine is, the travel machine is the immortal. I think it's really clever.
But looking at the other way, the tribe of the free, they're all there saying, we don't like star travelers. We want to kill everybody that comes down here.
Yeah.
But the first time they manage to get guns, it's straight into the compound, the bunker. We'll get all their technology. We'll be able to do whatever this, that, and the other. So there's a big contradiction there.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's what
good.
power
Are the
does,
tribe
though.
of the three
That's what power
all
does.
from the underground bunker then? Or are they children that have been born on the land? Because obviously, like Broken Tooth, whatever his name is clearly from the bunker. So they're aware of all this science, even though they dismiss it. Like,
Yeah,
that's
they
one.
are. The up above are aware of the
Yes.
down below, but the
Right.
down below,
No, they're not aware at all.
There's only Murdine that seems to be aware, or there must be other cells within
Yeah.
the compound down below that are aware
He's
that
very
people
good.
are living up there.
Murdine's good.
Tom Chadbourne.
Yeah.
Chadbourne, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all, yeah, there's strong cast.
When we
Love
talk about Jethro,
Yeah.
Who's Jethro? Which one's that one?
Fancy
Robot.
the robot.
Jethro.
Drathra.
I think
The
it's
immortal- the
really
immortal
sexy.
one.
I think it's amazing. I love it. I truly,
It's a
truly,
great
truly,
robot.
truly love it.
I do like
the way
yeah, I think he's a good robot.
the way it moves and everything, and the way some of the positions they put it in with the lighting, and the way when Colin Baker walks in, there's a scene where he comes in, and you kind of just see kind of half its back, its buttocks, and its top legs to make it give it the stance of being really tall. I think it's really well shot. I think everything about that robot is just fantastic to me. I think that's one of the reasons I love this show so much. Is Jethro? I call
I
it
think
Jethro.
the other robot as well is very good. There's that shot where they speed it up with the camera to make it like it's going faster. But the good looking robots, Craig. Both of them, I think.
What about
What,
where Colin Baker gets into the arms when they're in the prison hut, and he goes, which is very sweet. Doctor goes to shake the hand. It's perfect Doctor Who, but of course, then suddenly this cable is meant to shoot out, but it kind of limply just spurts out and sits there.
shot backwards, and then just speeded up slightly.
Yeah.
But that
John, what were your takes on the robots? Because obviously you're objective to this.
No,
was your heart melted?
I mean, I don't want to be. I don't want to confess to not really watching it that much. But there were two robots.
Yeah.
There was a big robot with a hammerhead.
Yeah.
The immortal one.
Yeah. The little travel one that comes out. The yellowy stripy one.
Oh, I completely. I missed that. I must have been watching. I must have been on my phone or something when that happened.
John, come on, call yourself a fan.
No,
he's not a fan. He's our objective watcher. Everything's on his mind.
Not fucking watching, Craig.
No, but the big robot, loved it. Yeah, I thought that was really
big
well
robot
done.
is great. There was an element of, for me, I don't know if you folks thought this as well, although it was yet to come, of the twin dilemma with what do you call them? You called them Jedwood before, didn't you?
Yeah.
The two boys.
But these
boys
boys
the twin
could act.
dilemma.
These boys could act. Yeah.
I reckon they were probably quite nice underneath their matching kind of.
Oh my God,
they
Craig,
were quite
mind.
Sorry, it's important
One
to
track
objectify the cast.
You objectified the fucking robot 5 minutes ago.
To objectify the cast.
You objectified.
You put into this is to lower the tone.
You objectified the buttocks of the robot a few minutes ago.
Okay, so we start on Perry objectifying Perry then.
No,
well, if you
that's
want
not
to,
allowed.
I'll sit that one out.
That's
complain.
What? Sheps isn't here, so you can't do that.
Yeah,
that's Sheps' job to objectify the
I
women.
just would like to point out that the robot for some reason did have designed buttocks. It did have a bum crack. Just going to point that one out. See, if you watch it, there is one there.
I think you need to have sex because
you need to
want you to bang robots.
I was going to say anything but the moment, but my season 23 box set has got a white mark on it.
Yeah, that's the leak from your house. That's destroyed the shit.
What about the music? I'm going to go back to the opening sequence when the Doctor arrives and the music comes in, and to me, it's
brilliant.
Really awesome. Yeah,
yes.
It really sets like
composer.
the death. What the death throes is it when you have that dong dong, and it's really dark.
Well, you look at the synopsis that Robert Helms did for the episode was made, and he said when the camera's supposed to zoom in, it's supposed to be like a cathedral-like setting and all gothic and stars space station. Which, if that was going to be the case, to having that sort of music playing is probably what was inspired by Robert Helms' beginning of the story.
I loved it. It really sets. You've got that fantastic spin around CGI. You've got the TARDIS coming down through the whatever it is, the the time tunnel, okay. And then when the TARDIS lands, it does go back to classic Doctor Who kind of set, which kind of deepens it for a second, but we all love it, so it's irrelevant. And then you've got that music playing while the Doctor's going for the door, and I just think it sets such a beautiful tone, almost like the anticipation of what is ahead and is it going to work or is it not. That's how it felt to me when I was watching
The
it.
music was, class. New composer, Dominic Glynn, who went on to do some really cool stuff. Dragonfire, Happiness Patrol, Survival. So he went on to do other bits and pieces, but it was different. The theme tune was was strikingly different as well. It was the haunting, like, screams, whatever they put over it. He tried to go back to that kind of, still have it electronic, but have that sort of, alien quality to it. And I thought the theme tune in this was, noticeably different and brilliant. And the music was just class. So I was a big
I'm
fan.
never sure about the theme tune on this, I have to say. And not for this series.
It is
It's
different.
kind of quite
Strikingly
trumpety, isn't it?
I've never really thought too much about how different it was, but listening to it now, it does.
Really
good. Yeah, really, really good.
And even, like, I think they complement that with the sort of rainbow blur of the graphic as well. It's a bit more, I don't know, otherworldly.
I don't particularly pay attention to the music, but I did notice that I did enjoy. In fact, when it finishes, the episode finishes and like BBC iPlayer, it does the whole credits and you listen to the whole thing and then it goes on to the next episode. I didn't skip that back because I quite enjoyed listening to it.
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's very much the Doctor Who theme that I remember fondly from the past.
Yeah.
It's the credits as well, that kind of neon. It's like, I do like these. It's like taking Peter Davison's images into a different level. It's become brighter and more neon even than it was then, which I think is reflective of the way it kind of goes under Colin Baker. It does become a bit more brash in its effects.
Yeah.
But you can see that if you think about it, you've got the flat world, the top of the world, where it's very earthy, obviously. And then if you think down to you've got the tunnel, which is that in between world, and then that really bright, really neon setting, filming location for the whatever they call what do they call it? They call it the Habitat Kingdom, whatever. There's a real contrast of
UK
science.
Habitat, whatever. Yeah,
I love that. I love the way those books are referred to. I think it's genius.
The
really
sacred text.
Sweet. Yeah.
My boy Dick.
Yeah. But it's like modern day archaeology, isn't it? They're trying to understand the past from what they can find, and it was like so wrong. It was really sweet, and that's only what I suppose like modern academics try and do. Obviously, hopefully, much more accurately.
But it's bringing it back to that. Is this Earth? How can this be Earth? That's the whole mystery again about it. And I love
it Earth? I can't remember. How does it? I know the Time Lords do
don't
something.
Spoil it.
Perry's
it might be years, John, before we watch the remaining
well,
three.
Then we'll just have to fucking wait then, won't you, Craig?
You'll have to watch it all, Craig.
Yeah.
John, you have to watch it all, John.
I will, assuming it comes up next at some point. But I'm not going to do it voluntarily. You know that.
So we'll do the last two episodes there for the next episode.
Oh my god.
I think the Doctor is really, I think even though they soften him, they still keep bits of his original character in here. I particularly love the bit where he talks about when they first arrive on Ravlox. He's like, I might stay here for a year and write a book. Almost like really irrelevant that Perry is there. And he's really still got that very egocentric nature. I do love
you do see some of that more in these exchanges with Valiad. Just that kind of combative
he's proper
nature.
Colin Baker in that.
Yeah.
Mug and everything, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I definitely figured from that. He was just very Colin Baker. But it's just with his relationship with Perry and the interaction there that he was softener. The rest of it was just still a bit of a hard.
I think in the actual story he was as well. There was a bit of pomposity, but in general he was. But it was his pompous fucking best. Well, him and Pertwee are just the most pompous. The Doctor is pompous. The Doctor has an ego, but their next level of pomposity is brilliant.
Well, that was supposed to be the arc, though, wasn't it? Colin did say that he was going to start off as quite an abrasive character and make sure,
and soften,
and then soften over time.
It's like
Yeah,
Capaldi, but they did
Capaldi,
it better with Capaldi because they saw the vision through. It's a shame we didn't get that with Baker because Colin Baker, because I think he was a brilliant Doctor.
He was.
When he
And
continues to be so in Big Finish. That's when he
Big Finish.
Yeah, even so. Yeah. What about the black light stuff? The black light converter, then the element of science that was brought in here. Did that kind of work for you?
80s who love the science,
Yeah,
don't they? And I do love the science. I love the final season of Baker. And I love it, into Davison's first season. I love the really trying to be hard science. Doesn't make sense, but it
make
is.
Sense to me.
It is great.
Is black light a thing?
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Don't the police use that to see whether there's semen on any surfaces?
And that a blue light.
That was a blue light. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know.
Flashing blazing tubes. What are you looking for? Is it the
just
medicine?
Google it
I'm
I'm
looking
going
for
to Google it
sperm.
very quickly.
Yeah, we can't check anything with a black light in Craig's house.
What do you mean? I'm completely sweet and innocent.
He said he had a
Black light.
leak.
I mean,
all over
just
his Doctor
there
Who
is. It comes
collection.
up. It comes up with what John said. It comes up with black light to show things. In black pendant light. Oh, that's not the same thing, obviously. What is tube black light? It's a fluorescent lamp. Anyway, that's enough. Yeah, it is a real thing. It's definitely real. Don't think it would be enough to kind of like cause people to come down to a planet and try and steal it, as they did, obviously, in the trial of the three and Katrina. I think you can get it off Amazon, so it's no big deal, really, is it?
But no,
I like the way they trip the Jethro as well into leaving. It's really simple, Doctor Who.
Glitz.
Oh, I've got plenty of that on my ship. It's just
he played it like Arthur Daly, and it was Arthur Daly, and Dibber was whatever he was called, Terry. It was just brilliant. It was just Minder in space, which is just brilliant. Yeah.
Craig, can I ask you, what are you calling the robot?
I call it Jethro, but I know it probably isn't.
It's
what is it?
Drathro, DR.
Drathro. Oh, you have to remember I'm older. I can't hear properly now without my hearing aids.
Use the subtitles like I do. That's the only way I know things.
You're thinking of Jethro. You know, the comedian Jethro.
Yes, it's Jethro. Oh God, I fucking had that tattoo done last week as well with Jethro written on my back.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the jailmon shake, and then throw the other one.
All those years later,
that doesn't work.
Cliffhangers are crap. I have to say, the cliffhangers are all the same.
Yeah,
they're all his face, and it's the same right throughout the trial of the Time Lord. They might have a pinnacle building up to it. Every single one, I think I've come across this before. I don't know if I've just spotted it. It's really, I mean, but it's a reflection of the egocentric nature of the Doctor, but everyone just zooms in on him, which I find a little bit repetitive.
Well, yeah, the court. There's a couple of courtroom ones which I thought were, why use them as cliffhangers? But the one that was effective for me in this one is the one where the Murdine comes up and has a gun at the Doctor, and then you just think, okay, is he going to shoot the two characters there? But then it turns out he's killing Grell behind in the following episode, which I thought that was a very good cliffhanger. But the others, there
were obvious cliffhangers with the whole. I quite like it though when they go.
I know, but they're very. I think I must have read it somewhere, maybe Doctor Who magazine or online or whatever. And I remember watching the Trial of a Time Lord afterwards, and so many of the cliffhangers are the same. They all focusing on Colin Baker's face, whereas we're used to much variation in cliffhanger. You know, people falling or an axe coming down on someone, or you do get this. It's always him. And I don't know if that was because they were trying to make him a little bit more prominent. I don't know. But to me, I could feel it already in this that felt. I'm not saying the language wasn't good. I'm not saying it wasn't an effective cliffhanger, but visually they were all the same.
Okay, right. I've got a book here called.
I love that book. I've got that signed by the author.
Right.
I was here in Whitby once, and I ran home to get the book so I could get him to sign it.
David J. Howe, Steve James Wool. Right. So the episode endings. The Doctor looks shocked. Episode 2, the Doctor looks concerned. Episode 3, he raises a crossbow and fire. Episode 4, the Doctor looks defiant. Episode 5, the Doctor convulses in agony. Episode 6, the Doctor looks horrified. Episode 7, Doctor looks perturbed. Episode 8, the Doctor looks resolute. Episode 9, there's nothing like that. Episode 10, the Doctor looks grim. Episode 11, the Doctor looks accusingly at the Commodore. Episode 12, the Doctor looks shocked.
Yeah.
13, the Doctor shouts no.
So out of 13 cliffhangers, by the sounds of it, 11 out of the Doctor's face.
Yeah.
Which is really, I think, quite poor for Doctor Who.
I think
I'm
as
not saying
well.
it doesn't
And also, we've not spoke about the other Doctor, Michael Jaston, the Valiard.
Who, sorry?
The Valiard.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Yeah, go on, I'll let you start on this one.
Who is a brilliant actor, and he's great. And
Go on, explain this to John, because John might not know
I
this.
think his costume doesn't do justice, but I think he's great. So he's revealed later on, John, sorry, more spoilers, that he is the Doctor in the future.
Valiard is the Doctor.
Trying to steal his regenerations.
Hold the fuck on.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And
Right.
when you see it, it doesn't, John. But as a however old I was boy back then, fuck me, what a revelation that was. Yeah, but I think he's great, the Valiard. He's a pump.
It's somewhere between his 13th regeneration is disclosed. Is that right off the top of my head?
Yeah, it's in between the 12th or the 13th.
Yeah.
Right, between the penultimate.
So we know who that is now. So technically between Paldy and Whittaker is the Valiard.
Yeah, because you've got the War Doctor in between.
Yeah.
McGann and Eccleston as well. So yeah.
I must admit, it has never worked for me. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't understand why the Doctor would steal his own lives.
I agree with you. But when I fucking saw that, oh my God.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor. My headcanon is he's a bit like the Watcher, who's somehow detached himself from the Doctor and is not actually an incarnation of the Doctor, as in the timeline, but just somebody
like
extra. Like the by regeneration, where you got two of them, he just split off somewhere and gone off. That could be how you could explain. Could be how you could explain that away.
I like it. I like it.
I like that because it's never made sense to me. But that does actually. I can see it like that. That it's not a proper incarnation. It's a transient incarnation.
Well, that would also explain why he wants regenerations as well, because he probably only has one body.
Yeah.
So by taking the Doctor's remaining regenerations, he would then be able to carry on going.
Dare I say, maybe a little bit like Billy Piper. Just a thought, just putting that there.
You may not, Craig.
I'm sorry, John. I do apologise in complete humility. I apologise to you. I do not want to shock or offend.
Do we get our 2 words? Final thoughts.
Yeah. Well, let's go around. I'm gonna come to Suky first on this. Final thoughts on this.
It's a good story, season opener, good run of the mill. A couple of over the top characters, but other than that, really, really good, solid beginning to a story season. And my 2 words are cracking, Colin.
Nice.
Yeah. John.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a nice little premise. I enjoyed the dichotomy of the court scenes and another story running in the background, an A and a B plot. I enjoyed that. And my 2 words are Phoenix Nights.
Phoenix Nights.
Okay. Bob, stuff. Your 2 words. Your final thoughts and 2 words.
No, but well, I've sort of said all I've got to say about this. It's it's just cool. It's different, and it was good to go back and watch it. I've not seen anything from the trial for a while, so it was good to go back and revisit it and have some fond memories. I'm going to say I'm value hard.
Love it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Love it.
Value what?
It's like Valiard, but Valhard.
Yeah.
As in he's excited about it.
Hard on.
Oh, do you know, Bob? It was wasted on this audience. You need someone with a total smutty mind like me that gets what you need.
You could have just said Valley Hard.
Yeah. Valley Hard. 2 words, John.
Yeah, that's solid. Like it. Yeah.
Yep. Like the.
Yep. Yep.
Hard on.
Yep, erections. Yep, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
For the purpose of those not watching on our YouTube channel, Bob has just raised his fist as if it's an erect thing. It could also been a
Hard
fisting moment, but
cock.
that's hardcore. Well, that's got a big end. Anyway, swiftly moving on. My final thought, as ever done, everyone, I have it. John, have you done your final thoughts to us? I can't remember now. I've been distracted.
Fuck's
Yes, I did.
sake, literally 30
You said
seconds.
Phoenix Lights,
Oh,
right?
I've done everyone. I thought,
Wow.
All Bob has to do is stick his hand up like that and you get distracted. Wow.
oh my God, yeah. Yeah,
Missed
I'm
it.
easily taken. So us gays, we're totally fickle and obsessed. Apologies to all gay listeners that are not really like me.
You homophobe. You don't all like fisting. Some are givers, some are takers, Craig, and some are in between. So,
And some-
it's not
yeah,
for everyone.
exactly.
It's not for everyone.
What's your fucking 2 words, Craig?
Right, I love this
Is it-
story.
is
I
it-
really
is
do.
it-
I have
is-
to thank Cliff. for
Are your
fa-
2
for
words
choosing-
bell and end? I just want to check.
No, they're not. But they are
All right.
slightly innuendo. They are fresh opening.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
nice.
That's
Good
what I
effort,
went with.
good
So,
effort.
lovely listeners, this is the exciting time. We get to choose our next episode, which I think is coming out in 2027. But until then, because we're approaching Christmas, we're going to go with a festive feel. Now, we're going to go around the table and say which ones we want. I can, on behalf of Mr. Shepherd, who unfortunately could not join us tonight, let you know, boys, that he has chosen the one with Kyle. Now, personally, I've never seen an episode with Kyle in it, so I can only assume that he
Who
means
killed
Kylie.
Kenny, you bastards?
So I think that Cliff's choice for tonight, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain I'm not, is Voyage of the Damned with Kylie Minogue in it. Playing Astrid. So that's his choice. I'm going to come to Bobster next. It's a Christmas episode. So, yeah, as is tradition on this podcast, what are you thinking? Bear in mind the ones we've done already. We've done this for a while now. So,
There's a few. I'm going to
what
go
have we not
with...
done? That's quite helpful. I've got mine, but
No, well, I don't think we've done this because it's not ringing any bells with me. Pardon the... the
This is the best part of a podcast, is the part where Bob tries to work out what
preparation.
to say. Yeah, yeah.
I think we
Let's
can
get a
get
skip
through.
forward.
I'm going to go with the Snowmen. Have we done that
Oh,
as a podcast? This podcast.
They'll think we have.
no, I don't think we have.
No.
No, I don't think we have done the snowmen.
So I'll go with the
Introdu-
Snowmen.
Okay, snowmen. Let's go with Suky next. So
Well,
1 point for Voyage of the Damned, 1 for the snowmen. Suky.
Well, I've got a choice. I wanted either Last Christmas or Once Upon a Time Lord. And I'm going to go with
We
Last
done
Christmas.
Last Christmas.
That's the Nick Frost Santa one.
Yeah, the one with the it's very yeah. Have we done that?
We haven't.
No, I don't think we have.
Okay, right, yeah, sure, right. It gets really blurred. Sorry, listeners, do apologise. This is lack of organisation on everyone else's part, apart from myself. John,
No, what was yours? What are you going to pick first?
I'm going to go next. The Next Doctor. Because I don't think we've ever reviewed that ever.
Good
So-
shout, Craig.
Oh, do you know what I'm watching right now? Is David Morris and David Tennant in Blackpool, which is really good.
Interesting,
But yeah, come on, carry on.
John.
John.
The pressure is on. He's scrolling as we speak.
No, I'm a fuck. I'm going to go with what Bob
Oh,
said.
your hand's going up and
Snowman.
down. What are you doing?
Not mine.
Go on, John. What are you doing?
Snowmen.
What story, darling?
Still the snowmen.
Snowmen. Okay, so we've got Voyage of the Damned, 2 for the Snowmen,
Right.
Snowmen, the Next Doctor, and the Last Christmas.
Number
It's
2.
roll of the dice time. The tension is very
Sucky.
high.
Last Christmas.
Fantastic.
Last Christmas.
Okay.
And that will be out on Christmas Day, by the way, people. We won't be recording. Well, we will be recording
Well,
on Christmas
that's-
Day, obviously.
that's
What
Very
I want to
exciting.
know, yeah, but what I want to know is what happened to my choice that was somehow
Yes,
just
I was
and now
thinking
that
this.
we two
Sucky.
months ago was the Sontaran experiment.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it was
fuck off.
deferred.
Yeah,
No,
And
I'm
then
on
put
Sucky's
back-
page on
and
this.
put back. You know, you can't be going out because we don't
Well,
want
do you know what? It's an ideal time to do it. That could be the New Year's special, Sucky. All right? We'll record them at the same time on
Ah.
Christmas Day. Wink, wink. Yeah, we'll do it as a New Year's special then, Sucky. How do you feel about that? Yeah.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you
But
very, very
also,
much.
we will be reviewing the war between land
Between the
and
land and
sea.
sea.
Yeah.
But it depends on how we're going to review them.
We're going to be
Well, then
busy,
I-
aren't we?
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be like 5 episodes
Yeah, it depends if it
split
comes
up.
out night by night or because like they
Yeah.
did when they did Torchwood 3, when they did Children of Earth, they did it every day, unless
Yeah.
it's every week. Depends.
Or
I'm
if
looking
they
forward
just
to that
put
every
it
week.
all out as a binge box set. I don't know.
I love Russell Tovey. I'm going to say it again in case you ever listen to this podcast. My number is 07962.
Oh my God, stop it, Chris. Stop it.
What's Russell Tovey in Juice? That's another good show.
T-shirt a recent concept of something like "I love whores" or something like that. I would put myself on a website saying "whore" just in case he looked. He's so gorgeous.
I told you, didn't I? The very attractive gay man that I worked with on Emmerdale a while back. He was in the new series Doctor Who, but he's done gym scenes for 2 days with Russell Tovey.
He did tell me, but
Sweating
unfortunately,
in
despite
tight
me sending
shorts.
you my cock shots, you haven't forwarded them to them. So I'm very upset about it.
Well, tell you what, there's lots to look forward to. We've got lots to do, haven't we?
We've got lots to do.
We're going to
There's a
actually be
war.
busy.
It's all coming on. We've got our Christmas story. We've got the war between the land and the sea, and then next year, a new Christmas special to look forward to.
Yeah. And
All
don't
going
forget
on
the
in the world.
Sontaran experiment again.
Yeah, it keeps forgetting. Oh, dear me.
I'm sorry, Suky. I do agree, though, it does need to be done at some point in the next 12 months. Until then, is there any more thoughts from anybody? Any final? I think the team are saying it's time to